There are way too many LEGO Star Wars sets retiring at the end of the year, so I thought why not list the top 10 sets that I will be prioritizing before they are gone for good. Starting things off with a summer of 2024 release with Jedi Bob Starfighter. It has 3 minifigs, will cost you $40 and 305 pieces, and it got a relatively above average shelf life for LEGO sets in general, and I still feel it was too short. I am so happy that LEGO finally brought back Jedi Bob, thanks to Rebuild the Galaxy, and we may never get Jedi Bob in LEGO Star Wars again, or at least for a very long time. Maybe if we get another Used to Guess gunship, Jedi Bob will be in that. If you know, you know. But I am just extremely sad to see it go. The color scheme of the set's great, and whether you want this for play or display, it will be a perfect addition to anyone's collection, and it won't break the bank. And speaking of Rebuild the Galaxy sets, we have the Dark Falcon. Just over 1,500 pieces, will cost you $180, and while me personally, I don't see the need for another Millennium Falcon in my collection as of now, I am still someone who wants to get this set, especially for May 4th, to hit that GWP threshold, and that's because of the minifigs. When are we ever going to get a Darth Jar Jar, Darkside Rey, Jedi Vader, Beach Luke ever again? Probably not. We truly have a better chance of seeing Jedi Bob again than any of these minifigs again, with the exception of Darth Dev. This is one of those sets that's personally on the top of my list, and if you are someone who only wants to set for the minifigs, go out, get the set, and maybe you either build a mock build or you part it out and you sell the extra pieces, because I think once this set retires, those minifigs are going to skyrocket in price compared to what they are right now. Taking it to the Clone Wars with the ATAT Walker, 1,082 pieces, $140 will get you the best ATAT Walker to date. This has had an extremely lengthy shelf life when it released all the way back in the summer of 2022, so a well above average shelf life compared to what we're used to. Besides the obvious issues with the clone troopers and the false advertising, especially with their helmets, it's an amazing set. You get a Phase 2 Commander Cody, which fans have been wanting forever, and LEGO finally put him in a set, which was great to see. You get some battle droids. You get a spider droid, which in all reality should have been a crab droid, but that is besides the point, because at face value, what you get is really good. And I think even though it's a tad bit expensive, that is a common theme with LEGO in general. So the $140 isn't something that if you wanted to add a second or third, go for it. Now, if you're someone who thinks that we can get an ATTE within the next 5 years, I wouldn't be so sure of it being a playset, as I'm fairly confident that the next ATTE Walker that we get will be a UCS model. An awesome army builder ship right here is with the TIE Bomber. $65, 625 pieces, a perfect price per piece ratio if you are someone who really focuses in on that, and it will get you some solid minifigs with an amazing Darth Vader and everyone's favorite Gonk droid. The play functions on this set are wonderful, as you can drop bombs, you can use stud shooters, you have a transport cart, and you have a nice cockpit to fit Vader inside. The swooshability on this set, beyond perfect, and it is just a great size that can fit nice on any shelf, or if you want to play with the set, it fits nicely in your hand, and you can have the time of your life with it. I'm a huge fan of it. I picked it up on release day, and I remember how excited I was for it. So it is bittersweet seeing this one go, as just like with the ATTE Walker, it's been such a staple point of LEGO Star Wars on shelves for the last few years. The Miniscale line is taking LEGO by storm, and we have the Executor Super Star Destroyer retiring, the one that brought this sub-theme back. $70, 630 pieces. This is beautiful, and I can't believe it is going already. I know it's been around for a while, as it will have a shelf life of over 3 years since it released in 2023. Fans have been going crazy for it, and sales have been excellent every single year. For such a small size, the detail is phenomenal. You have 2 micro scale Star Destroyers to really show off the true size in universe scaling of a Super Star Destroyer versus your normal Star Destroyers. LEGO really went all out with this, saying we're going to bring this sub-theme back and we're going to do it with a bang, and a bang they came back with indeed, as we see all these other wonderful ships that are being included. Now, this is the one that will make this list, but some other Miniscale sets are retiring that I will briefly mention. with the Acclimator and the Home one. So if you want any of those, definitely pick them up before they retire, and these Miniscale sets will be retiring in July. Speaking of the Star Destroyer family, we have the Playscale Imperial Star Destroyer, which this one did catch a little bit of flack at the beginning for being smaller in size, but I still think it's grown on plenty of people to becoming arguably their favorite Playscale Star Destroyer. $160, 1,555 pieces. Not bad, and I love the way it looks, the playability, the displayability, but what you might be most interested in is the 25th anniversary minifig of Cal Kestis. This is one of the last 25th anniversary sets to be on shelves, and Cal Kestis is the highlight of the set for me. Granted, the ship itself looks great, but Cal Kestis has to be the star of the show here. Including Cal, there are 7 minifigs, and I really wouldn't wait to get this set past retirement because of the fact of how many people are going to be going out to get Cal Kestis. Now keep in mind, 25th anniversary minifigs, LEGO likes to say, are of characters that they probably and most likely will never include in another set. So if you were hoping that LEGO will make a retail set with Cal Kestis in it, maybe in 10 years, but definitely not anytime soon. So just like with the Dark Falcon, the price on that minifig will skyrocket. We now need to talk about our first UCS set with the Venator Class Republic Attack Cruiser. For $650, this will have 5,374 pieces and 2 minifigs, most notably that Captain Rex, which had tons of controversy as it was said to be exclusive to the set, but then it's not. But that's not the point. I didn't buy this set for that Captain Rex. I got it for the build, so let's talk about it. It is going to be a flagship Venator, which is a very unpopular opinion that I have, in that I prefer the flagship Venator for the UCS model over the standard gray bridge Venator. I think for the UCS model, having that red really makes it stand out more. Now granted, it is a huge Venator, so it's going to stand out, but that's just my unpopular opinion on what I prefer. It is easy to swap out if you want to, which if you do want to swap it out, you will have to pay for some extra pieces, which is going to set your wallet back a little bit, but I don't think that's necessary. What I do think is a bigger topic to talk about are the stickers, which for $650, how do we have stickers in a UCS set? I get that, and if it bothers you that much, there are some websites where you can buy these stickers, but except the pieces will actually be printed, which is really nice, and I think it just makes the set look a whole lot better. But either way, this is a fantastic model, and I can't believe it's retiring so soon. The only thing is, with having a huge UCS set like this going off shelves, it means that LEGO is, in all likelihood, gearing up to release a few more major ships on shelves, which if the rumors are true, we should be seeing a Super Star Destroyer on shelves later this year. We move on from the Venator to the Captain Rex helmet for $70 and 854 pieces. This is what I would consider to be just as close to perfect as you can get when it comes to a LEGO Star Wars helmet set. Captain Rex is my favorite clone trooper, as I'm sure many of you guys listening favorite clone trooper. And how can you not have it in your collection, especially with the helmet line coming to an end, it seems, with the bust line now becoming a thing in LEGO Star Wars. And there are a few other helmets also retiring alongside of this, with the ATAT driver and then the Mando helmet. But out of those three, this is my favorite on the list, and I really wanted to focus on it. From all angles, LEGO really knocked it out of the park with the blue markings. Even though it has a few stickers, I don't think it takes anything away from the build at all. And it just fits in so well with your other helmets if you have any. And if you wanted to get really fancy with it, if you have that Venator and the Captain Rex helmet, you could take the Rex and you could place it next to the helmet, and you can upgrade the display of this helmet set. Back to the UCS line, once again, is with the TIE Interceptor, $230, 1,931 pieces, and 1 minifig with a perfect TIE pilot. This TIE set sits on a little bit of an angle on its stand, which is really nice, giving it that upward flight motion, and it comes with a 25th anniversary brick. This is one of those sets that pairs up with the already retired UCS X-Wing really nicely, paying homage to some prior UCS sets that released with a TIE Interceptor and an X-Wing, so it is nice to get those two in a more modern world of LEGO Star Wars. And this TIE Interceptor is beautiful. I'm massive fan of the original UCS TIE Fighter, so the TIE Interceptor is one I knew I needed to get my hands on. And with the TIE Interceptor retiring, I can only hope that eventually we can get a TIE Defender, a TIE Bomber, and all the other TIE ships that are in LEGO Star Wars over the foreseeable future. I truly believe that every TIE variant needs to get their own UCS model. Last and certainly not least, we needed to mention it, my favorite LEGO set of all time with the Millennium Falcon, $850. 7,541 pieces, and this set is just the pinnacle of LEGO in my opinion. I really thought it was going to get a full 10-year shelf life, but it seems that LEGO is holding strong and will be retiring this set at the end of the year, which really marks the end of an era, and I feel it's going to be a new chapter in LEGO. Going into the store and not seeing a Millennium Falcon on shelves, not seeing people just admire the box and how big this thing is. I think the box weighs nearly 30 pounds, something crazy like that. It's just a perfect set, and they will be making another Millennium Falcon, but I don't think anything's going to come close to this. You get minifigs from both the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. You get a radar dish from both of those as well, so you can make this Millennium Falcon either the original trilogy Falcon, or if you would prefer, the sequel trilogy Falcon. There's plenty of rooms that you can discover while building this set. There's plenty of play features and just functions around the entire Falcon as well, and it truly is a magnificent piece of art. But this is one that, especially if you've been a LEGO Star Wars fan for a number of years now, this has to have been on the top of your list of I want this set. And if that's you and you've been eyeing this for multiple years, save up and buy it, because trust me, you will not regret it. It's such a satisfying build. Enjoy it, and make sure you have a ton of room on display. The May 4th promotion is right around the corner, so take full advantage of it and get whatever set or sets you want so you can get that awesome GWP of the rumored Darksaber. And if you want to know every single LEGO Star Wars set retiring at the end of the year, you can watch this video on the end screen now. So don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more LEGO content, and I will see you in the next one.